10 mysteries that were once unsolved, but now we know the answers. 1. Kazakhstan's mystery sleep problem. In two villages in Kazakhstan, Kalachi and Krasnogorsk, people began falling asleep suddenly in 2012. They would sleep for many days and then wake up not remembering anything. This strange sleeping problem even affected pets. After studying this for 3 years, scientists found out why. There was an old uranium mine nearby from the Soviet times. This mine was releasing harmful gases into the air. These gases made the oxygen levels go down in the villages, making people and animals fall asleep. 2. Moving stones in Death Valley. In a park in California called Death Valley, big stones seemed to move by themselves across a dry lake. They left tracks behind. People didn't know how it happened. Some thought aliens or special powers moved them. But scientists learned it was because of strong winds, ice, and changes in temperature. Using GPS, they found out that when the frozen lake melted a bit in the sun, light winds pushed the rocks, making the tracks. 3. Mystery dots in Namibia and Australia. In parts of southern Africa and Western Australia, there are round empty spots on the ground with grass around them, looking like big dots. People call them fairy circles, and some think they are special marks made by God. But scientists used computers to learn that bugs, like termites and plants, can make these circles. Termites eat grass roots and make patterns, and the plant's roots spread out looking for water, helping to create these circles. 4. Mystery ocean sound in 1997. In 1997, U.S. ocean scientists heard a super loud sound from the deep ocean. They used underwater mics that covered a long distance, and all heard this bloop sound. People had many guesses about this noise, like maybe a sea monster or underwater army tests. But after about 10 years, scientists learned the sound was just ice breaking away from a big glacier near Antarctica. 5. Red rain in Kerala. In 2001, in Kerala, India, the rain was red for about 3 months. This also happened in 1896 and in 2012 in some parts of Sri Lanka. During the red rain, trees lost leaves that looked burned. Some people guessed a meteor caused it, and some thought of aliens. But scientists found out it was tiny bits from a green plant, which was usually found only in Austria. They think winds brought these tiny bits from Austria to India and Sri Lanka. 6. Animals falling from the sky. Sometimes, small animals like fish fall from the sky like rain. In 1861, fish fell from the sky in Singapore. Later, fish and prawns fell in Sri Lanka, and different sea animals fell in China. This isn't because of any magic. Scientists say it happens when tornadoes over water suck up everything, including small animals. Later, when the wind slows down, these animals fall back to the ground. 7. Mystery waterfall in Minnesota. In Minnesota, near Lake Superior, there's a waterfall called the Devil's Kettle. The water splits in 2 ways. One side falls like a normal waterfall, but the other side goes into a hole in the rock and seems to vanish. People tried throwing things into it to see where they came out, but nothing showed up. Scientists checked how much water falls and how much water goes to the lake below. The amounts were the same, so they think the missing water goes to the lake too, but they aren't sure where it comes out. 8. Mysterious Egyptian pictures. In an old Egyptian temple in Abydos, there are carvings that look like helicopters and other modern things. This temple was built around 1300 BCE. Because of these carvings, some people thought of wild ideas like time travel or aliens helping Egyptians. But experts on Egypt say these pictures aren't what they seem. They think the images came from carving over old carvings and because of wear on the stone. They say if the Egyptians really had things like helicopters, we'd see them in more than just one place. 9. Whale discovery in Chile. In 2010, workers found many whale bones far from the sea in a very dry place in Chile called Atacama. This place was really far from the ocean and also had bones of other sea animals. People were puzzled, why were these bones here? After studying, scientists think these sea creatures got sick from bad algae a long time ago, were washed up to this place, and then got buried under sand. Over time, this turned into the big bone site that was found. 10. Special iron pillar in Delhi. In Delhi, India, there's a really old iron pillar, about 1,600 years old. What's amazing is it hasn't really rusted, and its old designs are still clear. Scientists wanted to know why it hasn't rusted. They found out that the people who made it used charcoal, not limestone. This gave the iron a special ingredient, phosphorus. This created a special protective layer on the pillar. This layer, called misrite, grew slowly and has kept the pillar from rusting. It shows that the old Indian metal workers were really skilled.